Welcome, dear viewers, to our channel. Today we will talk about the heated showdown between Trump and China. But before we begin, don't forget to support us by commenting, subscribing, sharing, and liking. Today, we're going to explore one of the most pivotal relationships in modern geopolitics, the United States and China, with a special focus on Trump's approach to dealing with this Asian giant. From trade tariffs to intellectual property theft, the implications of their actions have sent ripples across the globe. So, buckle up and let's dive in. During Trump's presidency, the challenges with China were multifaceted. One of the most contentious issues was the trade deficit, with the U.S. importing significantly more from China than it exports. This led to the imposition of tariffs on Chinese goods, which Beijing retaliated against with tariffs of their own. The situation escalated quickly, with both sides imposing billions of dollars worth of tariffs on each other's products. Another issue that gained significant attention was intellectual property theft. Trump and his administration accused China of stealing American intellectual property, including patents and trade secrets. This led to increased scrutiny of Chinese companies operating in the U.S., as well as calls for greater protection of American IP. Geopolitical tensions were also on the rise, with the South China Sea dispute becoming a major flashpoint. Trump's administration was critical of China's territorial claims in the region, and there were several close encounters between U.S. and Chinese naval vessels. The situation was further complicated by China's close relationships with North Korea, which the U.S. views as a rogue state. Despite these challenges, Trump's administration also pursued a number of diplomatic efforts to resolve these issues. There were several high-level summits between Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping, which led to temporary agreements on trade and investment. However, these agreements were often short-lived, and tensions continued to simmer just below the surface. One of the most significant events during Trump's presidency was the trade war, which began in 2018. The U.S. imposed tariffs on over $250 billion worth of Chinese goods, which led to a prolonged period of retaliatory tariffs from Beijing. The trade war had significant implications for global trade, with many countries caught in the crossfire. Another key event was the signing of the U.S.-China Phase 1 trade deal, which aimed to reduce tariffs and increase Chinese purchases of American goods. While the deal was hailed as a major breakthrough, its impact has been limited, and many critics argue that it did not address the underlying issues in the U.S.-China relationship. The international community was also closely watching Trump's actions on China. Many countries, including traditional U.S. allies like Canada and Germany, were critical of the tariffs and called for a more nuanced approach to dealing with Beijing. However, some countries, like Japan and Australia, were more supportive of Trump's stance, viewing China as a growing threat to regional stability. One pivotal moment in Trump's dealings with China was the breakdown in trade talks in May 2019. Negotiations had been ongoing for several months, but a last-minute reversal by China on several key issues led to the talks collapsing. Trump responded by imposing further tariffs on Chinese goods, which led to a sharp escalation in tensions. In the aftermath of this breakdown, the U.S.-China relationship became increasingly strained. Trump's administration began to take a more hawkish stance on China, with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and other officials calling out Beijing's human rights record and its expansionist policies in the South China Sea. Despite these tensions, there were still some significant consequences from Trump's actions on China. The trade war led to a shift in global supply chains, with many companies looking to diversify their manufacturing operations away from China. This had significant implications for countries like Vietnam and Mexico, which saw a surge in investment from companies looking to avoid the trade war. In terms of the broader implications for future administrations and global trade, Trump's actions on China will likely be felt for years to come. The trade war marked a significant shift away from the free trade policies of the past, and towards a more protectionist approach. This could have major implications for global trade, as countries increasingly turn towards bilateral agreements and away from multilateral deals like the WTO. So, what do you guys think about Trump's approach to China? Did he take a tough enough stance on trade and intellectual property, or did he go too far? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.